Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into an important but sometimes confusing legal concept, the differences between assignment and novation. Whether you're transferring a gym membership or involved in a business contract, understanding these terms could save you from a lot of legal headaches. Let's start with assignment. In legal terms, an assignment is a transfer of rights from one party to another. The key here is that with an assignment, you're only transferring the rights you have under the contract, but not your obligations. The party assigning the rights is called the assignor, and the party receiving them is the assignee. For example, imagine if you have a contract to receive services, say from a streaming platform, and you decide to transfer your right to use that service to a friend. You are assigning your right to watch the movies and TV shows to your friend. However, if the contract includes obligations such as paying a monthly fee, you are still on the hook for those obligations. In Singapore, assignments don't always require the consent of the other party in the contract unless the contract explicitly states otherwise. However, it's always a good idea to check the terms. Under Singapore law, Section 4(8) of the Civil Law Act permits the assignment of debt and some other rights provided that such assignment is in writing and notice is given to the debtor or other party. However, most assignments are governed by the terms of that specific contract. Novation, on the other hand, involves the transfer of both the rights and obligations from one party to another. Here's the important part. Novation requires the consent of all parties involved in the contract. So with novation, it's not just that you're handing over a right or responsibility, you are replacing yourself in the contract with someone else entirely. Let's go back to our streaming service example. If you wanted to fully transfer your account to your friend, meaning they assume both the right to watch the movies and the obligation to pay the monthly fees for the service, then you will need the streaming company's consent. This would be a novation because both the rights and the obligations are being transferred. In Singapore, novation is primarily a contractual matter. There is no specific legislation governing novation, but novation is recognized in contract law and often done using a novation agreement, which is a one-page document where all three parties are required to sign on it. Now, let's apply these concepts to something more practical, transferring gym memberships. This is a common scenario where people mix up assignment and novation. If you are simply assigning your gym membership, you are effectively transferring your right to use the gym facilities to somebody else. However, if the membership involves ongoing monthly payments, you are still liable for those payments because assignment doesn't transfer obligations. It only transfers rights and benefits. In contrast, if you want to completely transfer the gym membership, that is, the rights to use the gym facilities and the obligation to make the monthly payments, you need to novate the gym contract. For this, you will need the gym's consent to release you from the contract and substitute the new person in your place. In Singapore, many gym contracts actually specify whether assignments or novations are permitted. Some gyms allow you to assign your membership but keep you responsible for payments unless there's explicit consent for novation. Let's look at three more real-life scenarios to illustrate assignment and novation. Imagine you're renting an apartment but need to leave early, so you want to transfer the tenancy to a friend. You could assign your friend the right to live in the apartment, but unless there is a novation, you are still responsible for the rent if your friend doesn't pay the rent. But with novation, your friend becomes the tenant, taking over all rights and obligations with the landlord's consent. You are released from the contract entirely. I will use a mergers and acquisitions scenario for my second example. If a business is acquired and wants to transfer certain business contracts to the new owner, this could be done via novation. The seller of the business could assign the rights to receive payments under a contract, but will still be liable if the original party doesn't perform. If the buyer of the business wants full transfer of all rights and obligations with the consent of the other party in the business contract, then the original parties to the business contract should sign a novation agreement with the buyer. If this is still confusing, I will use a student loan example. Let's say Bank A was in the business of lending money for student loans and earning money from the interest repayments. but Bank A is undergoing a restructuring and wants to sell away its student loan business to Bank B. In this scenario, novation will transfer the entire loan, including the repayments by the student and the obligations by Bank A to Bank B. If an assignment is done, only Bank A's right to receive the repayments from the students are transferred to Bank B, but Bank A's obligations under the student loan contract remain with Bank A, which is not ideal. So why does this matter? The difference between assignment and novation can be crucial when transferring responsibilities in any contract. Assignment is simpler and often requires less formal approval, but it leaves obligations with the original party, which can be risky. Novation, on the other hand, requires the consent from all parties, making it a bit more complex but cleaner if done right. You are fully released from the contract and someone else steps in. In Singapore, while the law allows both assignment and novation, the specifics of each case will depend on the contract terms and mutual agreement. Knowing when you can use each concept and understanding the implications can help avoid unexpected liabilities and ensure smoother transitions. Whether you're passing on a gym membership, a tenancy agreement, or a business contract. I hope this video helped clarify the concepts of assignment and novation, especially in practical contexts like gym memberships and other real-life scenarios. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, stay informed and take care.